The Think 360 Arts for Learning organization in Denver helps teachers integrate arts-based techniques and creative processes into their classes. A series of hands-on theater, dance, and painting workshops teaches educators what's called aesthetic learning. Producer Leslie Dodson takes us inside.
Art can provide amazing access points for students into content that you might not expect them to embrace.
And when you give children more tools to learn and express, the memory retention increases, their joy in learning increases, their attendance rates increase.
By bringing in connections, risk-taking, imagination, sensory experiences, perceptivity, and active engagement, these are themes that all teachers can utilize to create what I'd call enhanced classroom activities.
This is a professional development institute for K-12 teachers from all different schools, all different programs, and they come here to learn about how to integrate creativity and the arts into their everyday lessons.
In an ever-changing external exchange of information, just sharing some of my process, sharing some of the knowledge that I've learned, and providing it in a way that gives an authentic artistic experience to participants, but also some ideas for working art into the curriculum.
Bowman, Messier, who are these guys?
Science lets you know about the outer world, arts let you learn about our inner world.
We're taking basically random supplies and making them into shapes of animals. Different animals have different forms that they take, and they're recognizable, right? This doesn't look exactly like a giraffe, but you can tell from looking at it that it's like a giraffe, right? So when I think of that in terms of science, I say like, what makes a giraffe look like a giraffe, and what about a giraffe would say like help its fitness or survivability for something like biology or something like that.
It's all based on folk art that's from San Martin, Oaxaca. But those are carved animals. You don't necessarily want elementary school or middle school carving things, so try to come up with a different way of sort of replicating, understanding another culture. So we're using recycled materials with paper mache.
It has been a while for some of these educators since they have been students, particularly students in areas that they don't feel comfortable in, where there's a lot of risk.
By creating a very safe environment, by creating an environment where risk-taking is encouraged and we're all taking risks together, people tend to open up.
I believe that we are all artists. You ask any child if they are an artist, they will say yes, and they can create art for you on the spot. Somehow we lose that as we grow older and older, which is unfortunate, because if you want to change something in society, if you want to change something in your life, you have to believe that you have the ability to construct an alternate reality.
I have the 2 suitcases. Today, what the students are working on are small group efforts to create very short, original theater pieces, starting with nothing.
This meeting has been called about you. This meeting has been called about you.
We really encourage our participants and our artists and ourselves as staff people to think about how they can integrate dance with math or dance with physics.
So we get to play today. We're gonna play with the tech stuff, but I'm gonna give you kind of an overview of it and understanding of how you can use it in your classroom.
What we look for are artists that are really adept at working with a wide variety of student populations, those that are very skilled in developing curriculum, but also really awesome artists in their own right, so that we can help bring the art form to life in more classrooms and inspire more teachers to teach content through that art form.
You can actually create really cool 3D models of the body using this camera in conjunction with another camera.
We're trying to give people the experience of what it's like to be the student in the classroom.
So they can understand what's risky for a student to do.
And to afford the opportunity to be an artist as well.
I was really successful at the end of this last year doing a poetry slam and using Think 360, and it really inspired my students, and it also really inspired me and reminded me the importance of creative teaching and allowing students to be successful through the arts.
You don't want me.
Art can transform a life. Art can save a life. Art can make somebody understand the world in a different way. That is, it can be a magical experience.
Art can make life worth living. It's not the only thing that makes life worth living, but it enhances the lives we live.